Welcome back to Jank Play TCG. I'm Landon, and here we play Jank. Today I'm going to be playing the Medicham 4 deck some more. I'm really struggling with this one. I think we need some energy with an attacker. I think Medicham is an awesome card, but it's really struggling against Pokemon V. So why don't we just take what we had from last time we played, and we made some edits. We're going to take that into a standard match, see how it does. We do have Jynx in the deck now, but we don't have any energy for Jynx to attack with. So it's going to let us stall for a single turn. If a Pokemon V knocks it out, they don't take a prize. I was thinking, why am I not just playing Miltank at that point? And I think that's a legitimate question. The only realistic answer I have is Fog Crystal doesn't search it out. So the reason why I'm not playing Miltank is I can't search it out. I'm not playing Quick Ball, I'm playing Fog Crystal instead. So I really need the Psychic typing for my basics, which I'm already not doing with Applin. Because Applin is more of a, hey, you drew into it, that, you know, we can set something up, where Jynx is more important to the situation. And since I'm not using energy, I'm not able to take advantage of its Psychic Assault, which doubles the amount of damage on my opponent. So it's really only in there as a stall, and as a stall, it's not really doing much. So, Medicham 4, trying to figure out how I can add energy and make this decent, make it better than what it is currently. We are playing against a water deck with a Snom, and they attach an energy to a Snom, so they're going to try to retreat the Snom, I believe, next turn. Water has Palkia V-Star, but they often play some VMaxes with it, which is exactly what Medicham wants. So we got an Inteleon V down, so they're most likely playing an Inteleon VMax. No idea which one, but that is going to be a big deal for us. A very big deal. Evolution Incense coming down is interesting because that means they're not expecting me to play a Marnie or a Judge, which, ironically, that's all that Medicham plays, is Marnie and Judge to get that hand size of 4. So they're going to lose this evolution here, which is just going to work out for us. Inteleon VMax, the old school one, the one that I really like to use when clearing out water challenges on PTCGO. The current challenges on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live that I've seen don't really revolve around typing, which is interesting. They're much more generic and easier. I usually complete both in one match. Alright, so it's our turn. They got an energy down, so we're going to try to Crushing Hammer that to mess up their retreat. There we go. We got heads. So there goes that one water energy. You're going to slow them down just a little bit. Search for a basic Psychic. We need Meditite. We need Meditite. That's our attacker there. So we're going to play that down. We'll throw Choice Belt onto it just because. And we'll play down the Turffield Stadium just because. And Marnie. We lose this hand, we'll draw up, and we'll see what we get. Another Meditite and another Jynx. And another Choice Band, and another Turffield. We got a duplicate hand. That's all we got. Nothing I can really act on here. I'm going to need a Scoop Up Net to get the Jynx out of here. So I'm just going to end my turn, leave the Jynx. I mean, I can't move it, but I'm saying leave it in the active, because if they do get their Inteleon VMax going with energy, at least they won't get a prize from the Jynx. Now, Meditite also has that sweet ability that will protect it from bench damage, so Inteleon VMax's bench damage won't go through here, but we might want to focus a little bit more on getting Manaphy out. So energy comes down on Snom again, evolves into a Frostmoth, which means they can't use a single energy retreat. Their retreat is now 2, but they can of course attach to it very easily with Frostmoth's ability. They can also, well, they can't attach to it. I think it only works on benched. Yes, so they can attach to the Inteleon V, but next turn they'll have to hope for an energy to retreat the Frostmoth. Now, I do not play any gusting, so that is actually in their favor there. Ooh, I do pull off the Evolution Incense, which is going to get us a Medicham. How many are we playing? Alright, so we've got all 4 in the deck. We can go ahead, evolve 1 up, throw down a Choice Belt. I'm going to search with this Turffield Stadium just because I want to see more. If we get a Scoop Up Net, we'll be able to move the Jynx from the active. If we don't, oh, we do. And we get an Evolution. Okay, so Evolution comes down. Ooh. Now, do we wait? I think we want to wait. Because just doing 80 to the Frostmoth doesn't do much, but it will set up the Inteleon VMax to get a KO. So if we just wait, we're going to leave Jynx in the active. They can hit the bench currently, but if we just wait, we're forcing them to move the Frostmoth and to attack into Jynx unless they play more cards. So they have to play a boss's order. So they need... Oh, they did not evolve. They didn't do anything here, which does help us. We get an Espurr, which is beautiful. We need that Espurr. We are going to scoop up the Jynx this time and play the Marnie. There we go. So we got the Manaphy, so we're going to be able to protect our bench, which is exactly what we want. We got Fog Crystal, which is going to help us search out yet another Espurr. Our bench is protected. Close. No. Now we won't be able to attack this turn unless I scoop up the Medicham and I lose another Choice Belt. No. What am I talking about? Turffield Stadium. That's why it's there. That's why we play it. All right. 4 cards in hand. 80 damage. Like I was saying, 10 short of a KO. But we set up our board how we want it, and now we're kind of just forcing our opponent to play around it. They can retreat this Frostmoth. They'll have an Evolution Incense to get the Inteleon VMax. But they're going to burn 2 energy by retreating the Frostmoth. How many energy is already in the discard? 1, so they're going to be down 3. What do you think they play? 9? 12 at max? So that's going to be a good chunk of their energy gone. Now, they're going to attack our Medicham, take the knockout, but putting down the VMax means our Medicham is going to do 170, 200 with the Choice Belt. Oh, man. Having what is that card? Shuppet evolves into Bayonet. The Bayonet has an ability where it will de-evolve one of your opponent's bench. That could be fun. I don't think it's realistic in the deck, but that could be fun. A fun play. Alright, so they're playing down Suicunes. They did not evolve the Inteleon V, I find strange. It seems like they're going to try to prevent me from doing too much damage with the Vigorous Kick. But that means they're not playing down the exact Pokemon that they want. But doing 130 is still a massive deal. So they've got to have, say, Melanie in the deck, I imagine. Trekking Shoes. Inspect board. Let's take a look. We got 2 Marnies, 3 Marnies in the discard. We will take that back into our hand. Would you like to put this in your hand? Yes. And we will play that down. And we'll get 2 of them back. Done. And I'm not going to play the Judge, so I don't give them more cards in their hand. But I am going to take this KO. Take our first prize. First prize of the game. Meditite. Alright. So that Fog Crystal in our hand's not going to be doing much for us right now. Okay, so they played Marnie. We did not get most of what we wanted, but I think we're going to do okay. Sad part is, I'm not sure if we can play a lot. Like, we could play down the Hisuian Zorua, and then with the card that we draw for the beginning of our turn, we'll have 4 cards in our hand. Now, Trekking Shoes is a 1-for-1 exchange, so we will be able to go in and grab a card somewhere. Okay, so they knock out that. They've got the air balloon there. We could get rid of it with a Tool Scrapper, but if we don't get a Marnie or a Judge off these Trekking Shoes, that's a little bit of a risk. Medicham, okay. So let's go Trekking Shoes. Yes. Going to Tool Scrapper that. I don't think there's anything else to Tool Scrapper. Done. So we will Tool Scrapper that. We will Turffield Stadium, the Flapple. I know I could play an Evolution Incense in order to grab a Meowstic to get 2 supporters, one being a Marnie, one being a Judge, whatever, and draw that way, but I just don't feel like I need to right now. Alright, so Vigorous Kick comes down. Now, I do have Jynx on the field. Maybe they'll feel threatened by the Jynx and retreat into the other Inteleon. That is always a possibility. Most likely they'll just take the KO, which is going to hurt because, oh, here comes a Marnie. Okay. What do we get? We get a Meowstic. We get a Scoop Up Net. We're looking pretty good right now. So Medicham's going to get knocked out. I think I'm going to put Jynx in the active. And we're going to play Trekking Shoes. Now, we don't need to play the Meowstic yet. Oh, man. Every time they draw that, I'm hoping they put it into play. There we go. They're finally putting it into play. So now Vigorous Kick can do 200 damage, which is just 10 shy of knocking out this Inteleon VMax, but that's fine. Hisuian Zorua might be the key here. If we have Zoroark in the deck, which I don't think it's prized, I'm not 100% sure. I'm terrible at looking at my prizes. I mean, moving damage around, Manaphy's going to prevent any of it, so just don't think too hard. Okay. So here comes Jynx into the active. What do we get? What do we get? We got another Jynx. Trekking Shoes. Close. No. Turffield Stadium's sticking, so we don't need another one. Do I play the Marnie or do I play the Jynx then the Marnie? That's a tough one. I'm going to play the Jynx and then the Marnie. And we're going to see what we get here. Okay, so we did not get Zoroark. That's the bad news. The good news, though, is that we can scoop up Zorua, and we can play down Meditite. And we can Crushing Hammers. Tails. Crushing Hammer. Heads. Okay. So we get heads here. I'm actually... No, I'm going to... that's a tough one. I think I want to take it off of the bench. Just slow that down as much as possible. I'm going to grab Turffield Stadium, grab the Flapple. Sadly, our second Flapple's prized, or else next turn it could be play down Medicham, get a free 170 attack with a Flapple, but we're going to draw one and we're going to spend one, so hopefully we can get into something a little bit better than what we currently got. And the reason to go after the bench here is that we're trying to force them to spend their energy. Oh, I need it in my turn. We're trying to force them to spend their energy. They currently have 1 energy in the discard because they've played quite a bit of retrieval. But every energy they play, every energy that goes into the discard is just more resources leaving. Telescopic Sight tells me that they are not going to play Air Balloon on there, which just helps us. Okay, so we got to make a decision. Do we Medicham and hope, or do we Jynx and buy us one more turn? My luck has not been great, so I'm going to Jynx and hope for one more turn. Oh, we should have Medichammed. We could have played that down for the Meowstic here. Yeah. Play down Meowstic. Get our supporters. Yes. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3 floor. Marnie out the door. That was stupid. I apologize to everyone that just heard me say that. We did get a Scoop Up Net, so at least we can attack, actually. We will pick up Jynx. Medicham comes out. Jynx comes down. Sadly, I saw we did not have Hisuian Zoroark in the deck. So that hurts a lot. We need another Meditite. How can we pull this off? I'm struggling here to figure this out. We haven't drawn into our rod, so we have lost quite a few keys here. We're about to lose our third Meditite Medicham. Attached to the active. Birdkeeper. What? What is going on here? That was strange. So, oh, they retreat. But why? If they attach to the V, if they attach to the benched V, they would have gotten the KO with the V and had a fully healed Inteleon sitting out in the open, which would have been way more beneficial to them. So Jynx goes into the active spot. We get a Marnie, which we have to play. We get Rod. We get Applin. Let's play Rod. 1, 2. Done. I'm going to play Applin down. I'm going to play Crushing Hammers. Dang. Okay. We will Turffield and end our turn. We need 2 Applins in order to get the KO on the Inteleon, which is possible. We can do that, but it's going to take us another turn. So if they knock out Jynx here, although they could Drizzle for a boss's orders, will they get the boss? If they get the boss, they're going to knock out probably Applin. They know I have the evolution in hand. It would be pretty smart to knock out the Applin. They grab a Great Ball. What? Are they going for another VMax so they have a single energy attack at the very least? The VMax comes down. Which does mean Vigorous Kick is going to be doing very well for the rest of the game. Alright. So Zora comes down. Medicham, not what I need. Flapple comes down. Gonna play Judge. Come on, come on. Meditite. We get Meditite. Perfect. And Zora will collect Choice Belt. What a pull. If we play both those cards down and we draw one for turn, then we use Flapple and bring it back, we'll be able to have 4 cards in hand. And that'll be doing 200. Now, if they play a Melanie, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble with this Inteleon. Alright. This is a big turn for us. Meditite comes out. Judge. Okay. Medicham. We actually don't need to play the Choice Belt. We're going to save it. Vigorous Kick. And we need to pull our last Meditite, which I'm pretty sure was prized, from here. 3 prizes. We're pretty good luck. But we got an Ordinary Rod. So that might count for it here. We're going to Ordinary Rod back a Meditite. We might do 2 of them just to increase our chances of getting it. Curious Bucket. So that's going to give their Inteleon a second energy, or they're going to start powering up the Ice Rider. Okay, so they're going with the Inteleon. Hydro Snipe. Leaving Medicham alive. That's important. That is so important for us. Fog Crystal. That, oh man, that does a lot. Okay, so we are going to pull our Meditite and a Medicham because we can Fog Crystal straight away for the Meditite. So there's that. Grab a Meditite. We'll play down Meditite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cards. We need 2 gone, or we need to play the Judge. And I'm not a fan of that, mostly because that would get rid of our Medicham. I could burn the Evolution Incense, but that hurts. That hurts a lot. Evolution Incense. Done. Continue. Fail that. Do I need Flapple damage? I don't think so. So if they Marnie us, we're actually putting ourselves in a decent opportunity to draw into the other Medicham, which is why you want to leave that in the deck. If they don't Marnie us, oh, no way. Are they? Okay. Where are they doing? I am so intrigued right now. More water energy isn't going to do it. You don't play Cheryl, right? That Inteleon is a deck that loves Cheryl. I think we won. Oh man, I think we won. Whew boy. Manaphy coming in clutch up against this Inteleon here. This was a long match too. Long match. But here we go. We pull a Meditite, play down Medicham, and vigorous kick for 200, knocking out the Inteleon VMax, grabbing our final prizes here. Oh boy! And there's that Hisuian Zoroark we could have used earlier. Beautiful. We won. However, just because we won does not mean the deck is good. I want to go into the deck. And I do want to make a change. And that change might seem a little weird. I'm going to remove the Zoroark and Zorua. And I think I'm going to add double twin energy. We're going to add 2 energy. That's it, just 2. But that is going to turn Jynx into a viable threat on the board. We can still search out Jynx with Fog Crystal, which is why I like it. But with 2 energy, and in all honesty, you could probably cut some Crushing Hammer, Trekking Shoes, something, in order to turn it into more energy But I'm thinking with Medicham and Jynx, that combination, with just a couple energy, should be good to go. And I'm going to end the video here. That is the deck currently. I hope it's good. I'm adding energy into what was supposed to be a 0 energy deck, but it still heavily relies on the Medicham. I realized that my big inspiration for 0 energy decks being the, what was it, 2016 Senior World Champion. Oh man, that name is blanking for me. And I know it's not fun to watch someone Google something, but Senior Pokemon Championship. Senior Division. Where's his name? I know I'm going to butcher the name, too. That's the terrible part. Oh, that's not TCG. TCG. Come on, TCG. That's the one everyone cares about. That's so rude, right? Oh, man. Yep, I see the deck. It's Vespiquen Omega. Oh, man. Come on, come on. Jesper Erickson? Was that it? There it is. Jesper Erickson. All right. Yeah, his is the big inspiration for any 0 energy deck I do because of the Omega that he used. But even he played double colorless energy with Vespiquen. He had a secondary attacker, so maybe I should do that too. Do the same. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the deck and how I could play it better down in the comments. And until next time, keep playing Jank.